Have you ever walked into a room and immediately felt something was off, even though everyone seemed fine? Or maybe you've gotten a text from someone you hadn't thought about in years, and you just knew something was wrong before they even told you. That's not coincidence. That's intuition. And some people have it far more developed than others. The question is, do you have stronger intuition than most people? Because here's what most people don't realize. Intuition isn't some mystical superpower reserved for psychics or spiritual gurus. It's actually a measurable skill. It's your brain processing thousands of micro-signals that your conscious mind hasn't caught up to yet. And if you have the right signs, it means your brain is wired to pick up on things other people completely miss. Today, I'm going to walk you through 7 undeniable signs that your intuition is genuinely stronger than average. And by the end of this, you'll not only know where you stand, but you'll understand why these signs matter and what they actually mean about how your brain works. Let's start with the first sign. You're eerily accurate with people on first meetings. You know that feeling when you meet someone new and you just know something about them? Not from what they're saying, but from something you can't quite put your finger on. Strong, intuitive people experience this constantly. They'll meet someone at a party, have a 10-minute conversation, and then later say something like, "Yeah, I didn't trust him from the start," and it turns out that person was exactly who they sensed they were. This happens because highly intuitive people are unconsciously reading facial micro-expressions, body language patterns, tone shifts, and energy. Their brain is literally cataloging hundreds of data points per second. While you're listening to someone's words, your intuition is reading their eyes, their posture, the pace of their speech, whether their smile reaches their eyes. Most people never train themselves to notice these things, but if you naturally do, that's sign number 1. Here's the second sign. You often know what someone is about to say before they say it. This one's wild when it happens. You're in a conversation, and right before someone speaks, you already know what they're going to say. Sometimes you even finish their sentences, not in an annoying way, but in a way that feels almost telepathic. This isn't luck. This is pattern recognition on overdrive. Your brain has learned the person's communication patterns, their beliefs, their typical responses to situations. You're predicting based on data your conscious mind doesn't even know it collected. People with strong intuition do this across multiple relationships. They can predict what their partner will say, what their boss will do, how a friend will react. They're not mind readers, they're pattern readers. And that's a superpower in a world where most people sleepwalk through their relationships. The third sign is this. You get physical sensations when something's off. Your gut tightens. Your skin prickles. You get goosebumps for no reason. Your chest feels heavy. These aren't random. These are your nervous system sending you signals. Your body knows things before your brain catches up. Highly intuitive people are incredibly attuned to these bodily signals, and they've learned to trust them. This actually has real science behind it. Your gut has more neurons than your brain. It's sometimes called your second brain. When something is wrong, your entire nervous system picks up on it before your conscious mind does. If you're someone who frequently experiences these physical warnings and they turn out to be right, that's a massive sign your intuition is dialed in. Now the fourth sign. You're drawn to people or places for reasons you can't explain. You meet someone and feel inexplicably drawn to them, even though on paper you have nothing in common. Or you walk into a building and feel an overwhelming sense of peace or unease, and you can't rationalize why. Strong, intuitive people follow these pulls, and here's the thing. they're usually right. They end up becoming best friends with that random person. That place they felt drawn to ends up being exactly what they needed. This is your intuition, recognizing patterns and possibilities that your logical mind hasn't processed yet. You're picking up on compatibility signals, on energy, on alignment. It feels like magic, but it's really just your brain working faster than your awareness. The fifth sign: you rarely feel surprised by plot twists in movies or books. You're watching a thriller and you called the twist 3 minutes into the film. Everyone around you is shocked, and you're sitting there like, yeah, I knew that was coming. This isn't because you're pretentious or trying to seem smart. It's because your brain is naturally connecting dots that most people don't see. You're reading subtext. You're noticing which character is getting too much screen time, which details are being emphasized, which emotional beats are being set up. This translates to real life, too. You can sense when a relationship is heading toward a breakup. You can feel when a business deal isn't going to work out. You see patterns before they fully materialize. The sixth sign: you have vivid dreams that sometimes feel prophetic. Your dreams aren't just random nonsense. They're detailed, intense, and sometimes they come true, or they're eerily relevant to what's happening in your life. Strong, intuitive people often have rich dream lives because their subconscious mind is incredibly active. It's processing information, making connections, and communicating with you through symbolism and narrative. These dreams aren't actually predicting the future in a supernatural way. They're your brain synthesizing everything you know and showing you possible outcomes, patterns, and truths you haven't consciously acknowledged yet. And here's the seventh sign: you're rarely wrong about your gut feelings, even when you can't explain why. This is the ultimate marker. When you make a decision based purely on intuition, without logic, without evidence, without being able to articulate why, you're usually right. You've probably had moments where you ignored your gut and regretted it. You've probably also had moments where you trusted your intuition completely, even though it made no logical sense, and it turned out to be exactly what you needed. This is because intuition is your brain's way of accessing all the data it's collected. It's not guessing. It's pattern recognition at the highest level. If you're seeing yourself in most of these signs, you don't have a gift that's rare. You have a skill that's underutilized. The good news is, intuition can be strengthened. You can train it. You can develop it further by paying attention to these signals, by trusting them, by looking back and noticing when you were right. Start noticing. Start trusting. Start acting on what you sense. Because people with strong intuition don't just live better lives, they help everyone around them live better ones too. If this resonated with you, subscribe, because we're going to keep exploring the hidden signals that most people miss.